A lie rarely begins with words. It usually begins a fraction of a second earlier. A muscle tightens, an eyelid hesitates, a smile arrives too late, or leaves too quickly. Most people are listening for deception. Very few are watching for it, and that creates an uncomfortable reality. Some of the clearest signs that someone is lying aren't hidden at all. They're visible, briefly, then gone. The strange part? Once you notice them, it's difficult to stop seeing them. Human beings are remarkably good at managing words. We rehearse them, edit them, sometimes we weaponize them. Facial expressions are different. They operate on older systems, faster systems. Long before a carefully constructed sentence leaves someone's mouth, emotional reactions have already begun moving through the body. That doesn't mean every unusual expression signals deception. Anxiety, embarrassment, fear of judgment, these can create similar patterns. That's what makes lie detection difficult. The goal isn't certainty, it's observation. Real deception tends to leave small inconsistencies behind. Tiny moments where the story and the emotions stop moving together. And those moments often appear on the face first. The first expression is fear. Not dramatic panic, just a quick flash. The eyes widen. The upper eyelids rise. Sometimes it lasts less than half a second. Fear often appears when someone worries about being discovered, rather than when they're constructing the lie itself. It's not proof, but when a direct question is followed by a sudden fear response, something interesting may be happening beneath the surface. Contempt is one of the most revealing expressions in human behavior. One corner of the mouth lifts slightly. Not a smile, more like a silent judgment. Sometimes people display contempt toward the person they're deceiving. Other times they feel superior because they believe they're getting away with something. Either way, the face briefly reveals an emotion the words are trying to hide. Genuine smiles fade naturally. Deceptive smiles often appear suddenly and vanish just as quickly. They look efficient, almost mechanical, as though the expression was placed on the face rather than felt. Most viewers won't consciously notice it. Their instincts often do. That's why certain smiles feel wrong, even when you can't explain why. A compressed mouth can signal emotional restraint. The lips press together as if holding something back. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes anxiety, sometimes information. The key is timing. If lip compression appears immediately after a sensitive question, it may suggest internal conflict between what someone knows and what they're willing to reveal. Number 5, a brief nostril flare, the body preparing for stress. Number 6, a jaw clench that appears before an answer, physical tension arriving before verbal control. Number 7, asymmetrical facial expressions, one side of the face communicating something the other side struggles to conceal. Alone, these signals mean very little. Together, they become far more interesting. Professionals rarely focus on one expression. They watch for clusters, patterns, repetition, because deception usually leaks through multiple channels at once. Were you at the meeting yesterday? Yeah, of course. The answer arrives instantly, but something else arrives first. A slight widening of the eyes, then a smile. Too fast, too polished. Really? Sarah said she didn't see you there. The smile disappears. Well, I was there for a bit. A jaw muscle tightens. His lips press together for a moment before continuing. Maybe she just missed me. At this point, nothing proves deception. Not a single cue. But several cues are beginning to stack together. Fear, smile inconsistency, lip compression, rising tension. The words remain controlled, the body becomes less cooperative. And that's often where the real story starts to emerge. This is where many people make a critical mistake. They see one unusual expression and immediately assume dishonesty. Human behavior doesn't work that way. Someone may display fear because they're nervous. They may compress their lips because they're uncomfortable. They may avoid eye contact because they're anxious. Context matters.
Baselines matter. Patterns matter. The most dangerous lie detector is overconfidence, because once someone becomes convinced they've spotted deception, they often stop observing and start assuming. Ironically, that makes them easier to mislead. The strongest observers stay curious longer than everyone else.
The people who see deception most clearly aren't the most suspicious. They're the most patient. They understand that a face is not a confession. It's a clue, a brief signal emerging from a much larger psychological landscape. Most lies survive because people focus entirely on words. They listen to explanations. They debate logic. Meanwhile, emotions continue speaking in another language, a language measured in fractions of a second. The next time someone gives you an answer, pay attention to what happens just before the answer arrives. Watch the expression that appears and disappears. Notice whether the emotion matches the story. Not because you'll suddenly become a human lie detector. You won't. Nobody is. But you may begin noticing something deeper. Human behavior is constantly revealing itself. Quietly, relentlessly, in tiny moments most people never see. And once you learn to recognize those moments, the social world starts looking very different. A face can conceal a lie. A body often struggles to. And some of the strongest signals never appear on the face at all. They appear in posture, distance, and movement. The silence around the words is only beginning to speak. But here's what most people never notice. The biggest lie isn't hidden in the eyes, it's hidden in the smile. And in under 2 seconds, a fake smile can reveal everything. We'll expose exactly how.